Welcome, this is where nerds come to learn things. If it's your first time here, click on the subscribe button and on the bell icon to get notifications about new videos. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoy it. And here we go, this is what was in the box. Marconi 2955. So this is quite an old one. This is, I think it was like 1988 or something this particular one was made. According to the data sheet from the, the manual for it, which lists this serial number range as being in 1988, between, was it June, July 1988, something like that, I can't remember now. It did actually specify the months as well. So, it seems to have survived the trip. You can hear some rattling inside, not like loose things, but vibration really. Hopefully it's nothing, it's probably just things moving around inside, panels and stuff. So we'll power it up. It was shown as working when I purchased it, so it hopefully still works. Now we've got it. I've got the power plugged in. Let's turn the variac on the background, and Josh, show you that too, shall I? I've got the hoppy in the back. You see that? Just over there, and we'll see what we get. Currently nothing. High power switch turns on. Power factor 0.8. That's not bad. 69 watts. Let's see what comes up. Okay, I guess something came loose then, because that's not right. Garbage on the screen. Won't be testing it today. Okay, well, let's open it up and see what's going on. Something's obviously come loose inside during shipping. Probably a card's fallen out, something like that. Well, hopefully that's all it is. Maybe that noise I could hear wasn't just a panel vibrating, maybe it was actually something floating around inside. Let's have a look. So the auction I purchased it on actually showed it working, so it should be okay. It did have a fault, but not too bad. Well, there's some like wax stuff floating around inside there. Feels like wax. Just like flaking away. Well, that's interesting, all this stuff. It's all over the place. Okay, let's turn the power off before I start poking around in too many places. Well, there's got this metal chassis around the tube, which seems to have the wax on there. So I think no wax is actually from that point. I think it's supposed to hold that in place. The shielding. It's got a big toroidal transformer in the back there. A little bit of fluff. Yeah, just bits of wax floating around. It's probably what I could hear is bits of wax floating around. But the cards are plugged in. At least ones I can see. There's other stuff. I don't know, what could have possibly come dislodged? The pictures did show it working. So I'm going to do here is turn this upside down and get the lumps out of it. Let's do that now. Yes, there's a mass of wax floating everywhere. Let's just get all that out of here. And you can probably see that shield floating around there. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of wax. But it's interesting that the display wasn't coming up. There's craps come out of here. Very interesting. Right, let's move these screws before we lose them. It's supposed to be working, and I haven't seen any loose cards yet. All I've seen is this cover. There's still wax in there, floating around, bloody everywhere. There's some down here. This is breaking up, trying to pick the bits up. Absolutely everywhere. Alright. Wow. Anyway, the fact there was digital garbage on that screen, obviously I mean the screen's working, that's probably the most important bits to get working. But more bits falling out. There's bits down here too, and a GPIB card. It's all flaking away. Everywhere. Right, whoever made that idea in the time was sort of shooting, I think. Should have used bloody copper tape or something instead. Anyway, never mind. Who knows how long that's been in there. It's definitely a wax. What can I find that's loose? Well, let's take this out. And there's cards. Electrically I can't see how something came loose. Unless the wax is shorting something out. That may be in the case. Anyway. There's no wax inside the cage. I don't see how to get in anyway. Mind you could get underneath it I suppose. Just looking for bad parts, anything obvious. There's nothing obvious there. Any chips that could have dislodged? Possibly. Don't see anything that's popped out because we've got a whole bunch of EEPROM stuff on this board here which are plug-in devices. I don't see anything that's fallen out. Could have done, but I can't see anything. Well, so far it's a bit of a mystery because it's not supposed to be like that. It was supposed to be a working unit. And I can still see bits of wax flying around in there. It's everywhere. I might take the bottom cover off as well and see what's under there. Maybe something under there's come off. Yeah, this whole wax thing's it's bloody everywhere in there. God. Okay, so I'll take the bottom cover off and see what's under there. I did notice this foot here is slightly bent inwards. So you can see, maybe you can just see it's not quite the same plane as that one. It's actually bent in a little bit. Maybe it's been hit when it's been packaged in transport. Maybe it's been dropped, or maybe it's already like it. I really don't know. There were no pictures of the underneath of the unit when I purchased it. If it has been hit, maybe something's dislodged somewhere. But I've tried it again. I've got most of the wax out. And it's still the same gibberish on the screen, so something's probably just come loose, probably not a big deal. Hopefully not anyway. So I've already taken 2 screws out, let's get the rest out. So I thought I'd start recording when I found that bent foot. So see how we go. Just want to see what's underneath this cover, because I haven't worked on one of these before, it's new to me. So, I've been wanting to get one of these for quite some time, it's like a couple of years I've been had my eye on one. Well, wanted to get one. Price is always too high because by the time you get them in from overseas as well, and there's a risk of damage during shipping and that sort of stuff, and you don't quite know what you're getting. At least this was local, so it wasn't quite so bad. So the shipping was reasonable. At least it was like $60 for shipping or something. And where they were, not too bad at all. Let's see what's under this cover. Probably some more wax for a start. Yeah, more wax. Check it out. Just some big solid shields. So, if something's coming dislodged from inside there, I don't know. It's possible. Check connections. Yeah, they all seem alright. SMB connections. So this tips up. It says disconnect semi-rigid cable before releasing OF tray. So it looks like, does it hinge, or maybe it does hinge. Take the screws out, will hinge. I don't know, maybe. But I'm not looking at taking the whole tray out. Yes, I need to, of course. Right now I'm trying to find out why it doesn't pair up anymore. I've compared the pictures of the unit with the pictures in the auction, and the front is definitely exactly the same. It's definitely the same unit on the front. It's got the same kind of little scrapes and stuff like that on it. Always look for little details like that. So I'm confident it's the right unit. I haven't sent me the wrong one or anything like that. I think it's the correct one, but something's happened to it during shipping. I think that's what's happened. I don't think much would have been in there, but let's have a look. I want to record the whole process in case I need to sort of dispute it or anything like that. I don't think I'm going to have to, but let's record the whole process anyway. Okay, let's find out what's under here. Well, I can't see anything dislodged. No black tantalums, that's always a good sign. No, that all looks fine in here. I can't see anything to be concerned about in those. They're looking alright. Let's put the coat back on, check the other one. Okay, what's in here? Just inspecting it again, just checking for anything fallen out or burnt. Nothing so far. Can't see anything dislodged. Can't see any burnt components. So I don't think it's an actual fault like that. Something's, I don't know, something somewhere's come wrong, but maybe it's just one of the ICs in those control cards on the other side, which I looked at before. Maybe one of those has shifted slightly and it's not quite making. But I couldn't see any obvious in there. It's either that or someone's done card swaps on me, which can happen. Okay, here we go, back together. Oh well, we'll have to dig into this a bit more deeply and find out what's going on. So, just to satisfy my curiosity, I'm going to check something about this wax. Is it conductive? Because it is a bit weird the way they've got that wax in there. It's almost like it's a shield, because it's like right around the edge of that shroud around the CRT. It's a bit strange. Let's just move this down a bit. So I'm going to test this piece of wax here and see if it's conductive. I hope it isn't. No, it's not conductive. That's good. That's good, because otherwise I could have well shorted anything out inside the unit. So, yay. Just stuff like that part of it. But something's definitely died. Bit disappointing, but oh well, it happens. But what has gone wrong? I'm going to have to look into this and find out what the story is, what can cause that kind of issue. So I'm going to open this cage back up again and look at taking cards out, and I'll record all that too, just to show what I'm doing. Just to actually take a card out and not just look inside. So, ones which you've got plug-in devices, I'll look at those. Just in case one's coming out. I mean, there's a couple which don't look like they're perfectly seated, but they look like they're still in. So we've got this little spacer here, perspex spacer, which goes on top. I'll put that over there too. And we'll pop out this card here first, because it's got a piece on it. Now there was one of these stickers floating around inside. It says 4453156P. Anyway, I'm just going to reseat this IC. Yeah, it feels fine. It's not loose at all. Drop it back in. Just going across the label one of the other size ICs in the next card. Anyway, taking that card out. Here we go. Here's the next card. And this one, as you can see, it's missing a label. So maybe that's the label format. And this one's falling off. So let's just reseat these as well, make sure they're all pushed in. Oh, yeah, that label's falling off too. I'll stick these back down again, I don't want them all falling off. Let's just sort this out now, I'll come right back. Okay, so I've got that out the way, just gluing those labels back on again. Let's go to the next card. It's been a bit stubborn to get out, it's a bit tight compared to the other ones. Don't want to break the levers, being as they're quite old, I don't want to snap them. If I can rock the board, get it out. That's really tight. It did move a little bit. Let's push it back down again, just in case it's twisted and jammed. Let's try it again. It's getting so far, then it's kind of stopping. Right, I think that's kind of it. Yeah, it's just about there. Yeah, it's getting so far that it's jamming. There's no extra connections, it's just in the slots. So, keep going. See, it's coming. It's just kind of stuck in that slot on that side. This one's fine. There we go. Interesting. Anyway, so look at this one. Give it a check over. There's nothing to dislodge on there. It all looks okay. Can't see anything burnt. It could just be that there's a bodge on the back there, or a repair. Looks like it's a factory thing. Yeah, that bloody strip on the side has got a lot tighter. This might be a time for some lubricant. You know, like a touch of this stuff which just arrived in the mailbag. How convenient. I'll put this a little bit on the edge there and help it glide in. Or should grease be better? Because it is a nylon strip, so it is like almost the right thing for this. I'm trying to figure out what I did with the grease. It's silicone grease. Anyway, I'll put a touch of this on. I'll just put a little bit in there. Just a little bit. No, it's sealed. Maybe I'll get the grease in. I open it just for this just yet. I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. It's a little bit of silicone grease. So I'll just put a little bit on the edge and just help it to get in and out. I won't do too much. Don't want to get it messy. Just a little bit down there like that. Just to help it. And the same one there. Tie this a little bit. Should be completely safe. Obviously the guides have got tighter as they've got older. So the moves a lot easier now. Okay. Check the last one. That came out easy. The tandems are looking okay. Bent over, but okay. I'm also looking for any headers that could have fallen off, that kind of thing, because sometimes you get jumper pins in these things. I think there was one of these other balls actually, but it looked like it was okay. Just in case the jumper pin's fallen off and it's like a test mode it's in or something. Yeah, this one looks fine. You see it's been repaired at some point. See the flux on the back there. We've run a little bit of this silicone down the side of this ball since I've got some of my fingers still. I'll look and see which chip it was that got been repaired at some point. I'll look at that in a second. 1986, that chip's been replaced. Well, that's the year in the chip. So, I don't know, maybe it's got to be soldered. Anyway, drop it back in. So all the cards apart from that one is really, they're all okay. This one's just really super tight. I can't really fault any of them. This one's a bit tight, but yeah. Anyway, once that glue's gone off on that card, I'll put the card back in the unit and try it again, just in case of needing half the stuff reseated. It's worth a try. Well, that's all the cards back in again. Let's put power on, see if reseating them's changed anything. Turn the power on. Yay, it's fixed it. There we go. Screen's back. That's the way it should be. So it's probably just those bloody cards. They might have just moved very slightly. They probably just need all those finger edges all cleaned up. The processor one here did look a little bit shaky. So, yeah. Okay, we'll see that's fixed. Right, we'll call that a fix. So I'll pull those cards out again, give those edges a bit of a clean up with an eraser. Just very soft. So a very gentle abrasion, doesn't take much at all, because they are gold fingers, you want to try and preserve them. On particularly bad ones I might use a fiberglass brush, just very lightly to take the surface off very slightly, take off any tarnishing, and anyway, at least it's going now. That's great. That's a relief. Okay, so I thought I'd show you this while I'm doing this. So just a pencil eraser, and you just rub it along all the pins. All the fingers on the track. Okay, and just rub it off with your finger, get the rubber off, and turn it over, and do the other side. I mean, you can see how dirty that is. Some rubbish has come off them, so that is definitely doing something. And so we'll do this, and do this to all the cards. So I'll just repeat that for all of them. I'll actually show you every single one, but that will hopefully clean up the problem and won't come back. Okay, now I've cleaned up all those board edges, I've put it back together, you can see it's still working. So let's run a self-test, because previously it was failing on a audio thing, I think it was. That's what it's sold as anyway. So I'll do a self-test, see if we get any more failures, in case maybe it's fixed it. You never know. See if anything comes up, or maybe it's worse after shipping, who knows. Let's let this run, I'll come back. Okay, so here we go, finish the self-test, and we still have the failure on 3.2, error 38. So that hasn't changed. It hasn't got any worse from what I purchased either, so that's fine. That failure was on the listing and declared when I purchased it, so that's fine. I knew there was an issue with it, so that's something I need to look into at some point. But for now, I'm going to put it back together and put it to one side and clean up this mess. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, that sort of stuff. If you want to see more repair videos, make sure you go and check out my other listings. Check out the videos like over there. There's listings there and there, or maybe up there, or a couple of buttons in the middle. Click them. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. Another win. Share the video. Watch more.